as we begin the second half. First half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is aim as we get the third quarter started.
So far in the game for Mills, he's got 13 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
Well, the defenders have that in the back of their minds now, too, so they're going to close out on him quicker. That should allow him to use the drive if he wants.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
The Rockets had a good year overall as they adjusted to their new roster and Dwight Howard, but they still had some turnover problems at times.
Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Ariza. Green dishes to Duncan. Parker kicks to Leonard. Duncan, the pass to Parker. Shot from 12, and that is good. Parker's got the first basket of the third quarter for San Antonio.
And with the Rockets, usually turnover issues can happen in younger teams. But for them, it took a little bit getting used to a new style of play and kind of the way they went about their offense.
Boneheaded play, guys, plain and simple.
Yep, brain fade is what I like to call it. There's no way they're getting out of the hole making mistakes like that.
Ariza against Leonard. Parker kicks to Leonard. Duncan dishes to Parker. Outside, Green. He feeds it to Duncan. And two free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Josh Smith. Well, the Rockets do like to play up tempo at times and push the ball, and that led to some of their turnovers.
You know, it's something they like to cut down on, Kevin, but they also understand it's a product of how they play. So you got to find the right balance. You want to play high-octane, wide-open basketball, but you still need to value those possessions as well. Well, it's absolutely incredible when you look at Tim Duncan and see the impact he continues to have on games at his current age. I mean, he looks much as he did early in his career. His game has really withstood the test of time, and I think it's partly due to his conditioning, but his IQ is a big factor, and his game is all fundamentals and staying close to the ground.
And at 38 years of age, Tim Duncan still going strong, guys.
Timeless. I mean, his dedication to diet and fitness, his flexibility, it's enabled him to remain in peak form. Maybe he doesn't move quite as quickly as he did 6-8 years ago, but he's shooting the ball better than ever. Footwork and his fundamental game obviously has always been there. So just an amazing late season or late career run for him.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter. Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2, and it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. That's the San Antonio 5.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far, Steve.
And even if it's only a modest advantage that they have in that category, it's still a significant factor.
And a fast break now for the Spurs. It's rebounded by Houston. And here comes the break. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, Kawhi Leonard is notoriously quiet, but his teammates don't seem to mind and understand that's just who he is. Coach Popovich said, on the 1 to 10 Mr. Quotable scale, I'd say he was a 1 last year. This year, I think he's a 1.75. Guys, Tiago Splitter summed it up. He doesn't talk much, but he plays great.
That's why he's a champion, Doris. Thanks.
They're losing their composure a little bit here on the bad end of a run.
Yeah, they are, and they need to come up with a rally-wrecking play here to stop this run. Well, what can you say about the Spurs at home? I mean, they've been dominant here for so long. It's a shock whenever they lose at home.
The Spurs were dominant at home once again, as you mentioned, guys. 32 wins for them, Steve, and they shot great, absolutely great in this building.
Well, you don't win 50 games for 15 straight years, Kevin, without being dominant at home, and that's what the Spurs have done. So they just get the job done. I mean, they're tough to beat here in San Antonio, and obviously a wonderful shooting ball club.
Kawhi Leonard has been talked about and mentioned as the future of this San Antonio Spurs team. 23 years old is all he is, and already a great defender and a much improved shooter from his days at San Diego State.
Corey Brewer's checked in for James Harden.
And he's having all sorts of problems with his shot.
I'm not sure he even has a shot right now, Steve, to be quite honest. Not a reliable one anyway. He's been absolutely in control. No slowing down for Green. He has 8 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
And both free throws good for Green. And for Kawhi Leonard, we know about his defense, but you think, Steve, he can become a go-to offensive player?
Well, he's going to need to, Kevin, when Parker, Ginobili, and Duncan move on. This is going to be Kawhi Leonard's team. And I thought what was interesting was the Spurs gave him more of a burden last year offensively. They started to give him more and more looks isolation-wise down the block. And he's developed at a beautiful rate. He's coming into his own.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
One thing with the Rockets that makes them so explosive is just how efficient they are in transition. They rarely miss out on an opportunity when they have a chance to put the defense on its heels.
And, you know, with the Rockets, it isn't that they're getting layups. It seems more often than not they're getting and-one plays on their fast breaks, and that's an extra bonus there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Boris Diaz checked in for Splitter. And it's Ginobili in for Daniel Green.
That's a jump ball.
And so it's San Antonio with it. Diaz, the pass to Duncan. And the baseline jumper, no good. Rockets knew how to convert fast break chances, as you said, Steve. It's a big part of their game.
Well, they're a terrific ball handling team top to bottom. That allows them to get anyone the ball in transition and just fill lanes. Makes converting those fast breaks a lot easier.
And Parker, here we go. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Houston's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. No good from Howard.
Man, that's too bad. Easy shot there, and you got to knock that.
Lost focus.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense, not smart basketball. He should have passed that shot up.
Now here's Ginobili. 7 points in the game. Rejected by Howard.
Great look. Disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one down.
Here's Ginobili. It's rebounded by Houston.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And San Antonio called for the foul. The Rockets have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
Well, this is an area of concern for this club. They only shot 71% from the line last year.
And, you know, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just one or two guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Baines is checked in, and it's Bellinelli in for Leonard. And then for Houston, Terrence Jones is checked in for Howard. Pablo Prigioni comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Prigioni. Manianis kicks to Prigioni. Drains it from 17 feet out. Prigioni's got his first points in this one. 11 seconds left to play here in the third. Ginobili attacking. Here's Baines. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. Ginobili's got 4 assists in the game. In a moment now to check out our State Farm assist to the game, and what a pass it was by a talented point guard.
Well, this is what he does. This is the kind of plays he's known for, Kevin.
Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. They've got Terry. Jones is out there at Joey Dorsey. Then it's Pablo Prigioni, and it's Papanicolo in at the 3. A free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one up.
And when you got the space, well, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do. And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside. Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
Might as well remove all doubt, right?
And that one's good.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
The dish to Mills. And it's good.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
You know, an interesting study came out recently that argued that steals are really undervalued, not just because they create high-percentage scoring opportunities at the other end, but also there just aren't that many players who really excel in that area.
The Spurs making a switch here. Honors checked in.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Prigioni for 3. Offensive rebound.
He's far too tentative in the paint, and even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time.
Here's Joseph, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. You talk about steals, one of the harder stats to replace. Some players just have the knack.
Yeah, you know, when you replace a guy who can take the ball away from opponents, a great stealer, I mean, it's hard to replace that in your lineup. Steals require a special knack, quickness, anticipation. And, you know, guys that do a good job of ball hawking can really get into an opposing player's head, too.
And the Rockets making a change here. Harden's checked in. As you might have expected them to be, Clark, the Rockets were very good on the road.
Well, with the way that team is comprised with multiple threats on the floor offensively, it's no surprise to see them excel on the road.
And that one's good.
I love the flow that they've been playing with offensively tonight. This is an impressive performance.
Well, and that lead they have just continues to grow and grow.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth.
Well, as you said, the Rockets strong on the road last year, 21-20 record. And anytime you're over 500 on the away side, you're in a good spot.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Frustration foul there. You've got to maintain your composure.
Yeah, he lost his cool there, Steve. I mean, you can understand it, but you can't excuse it.
Here is Bonner, and he commits the intentional foul.
I have no idea why he was fouling there.
And even the foul, I mean, you can't be wrapping guys up like that. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. That's a meaningless play.
And so they foul intentionally.
What's really scary about the Rockets is that they let some games slip away last year on the road and still managed to win 21 games away from home. So I would expect that mark to improve this season.
Here's Baines. Spurs working the ball around now. Mills dishes to Bellinelli. No good with the triple. And so here is Houston. And Dorsey kicks to Harden. Harden right side. Kicks it out to Terry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Papanicolaou. Jones trying to get open. Here's Harden. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
Oh, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Well, it started about a decade ago, but you would have to say that although the best players in the league might be wingmen, this generation is known for its point guards. There are a bunch of great ones out there, and that's pretty cyclical when you talk about the positions of dominance across the league throughout its history. It's been point guards, big guys, wingmen, and right now I think point guards are right there at the top of the heap.
Now here's Jones. A look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And here's Harden for 3, and Baines pulls it down. Baines has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Spurs.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today, you know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
Here is Bonner. And Joseph kicks to Mills. Pass to Bonner. Feeds it to Bellinelli. The three-pointer is right on target.
Well, this is going to seal the deal. They've really exploded here to the finish line.
You know, once they sniffed out that blood in the water, the killer instinct came right out.
Now, here is Harden. Another miss by Houston.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And Mills kicks to Joseph. Passes to Bellinelli. The 3, and that is good.
They certainly haven't let these fans down tonight. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
It has been. I mean, the atmosphere has been great, and no doubt that helped with the winning effort.
Harden. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Very poor shot selection there, guys.
Joseph with the ball. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one.
Guys, I'm here with Tony Parker. And Tony, there was an